students, how are you all? I hope you are doing wonders. I am Rashmi, again welcoming you on my channel Math Mysteries with Rashmi. So, as we have seen many different shortcut tricks to find out how to multiply a number by 11 or square of a number which ends with 5 at the unit place and many more things we have seen. In today's session, we will be learning about a shortcut trick which is going to help us to find out the square root of a number. So let's begin with the shortcut trick. But before we learn about the shortcut trick, we should know that what are the properties to be a perfect square. Now, all of you know the meaning of perfect square. Whenever we find out the square of a whole number, or we can say a natural number, so in that case, we always get a number, and that number will be called the perfect square. Let's take the example of 1 square is 1, right? 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, then we have 4 square which is 16. Now 5 square is 25. Then we will be looking to the square of 6. So 6 square is 36. Then we have the square of 7, which is 49. Then we have the square of 8, which is 64. Then 9 square is 81 and 10 square is 100. So we can observe from here that the perfect square, these all are the perfect square. Square numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will go on, like all the natural numbers. But 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, then 36, 64, 49, all of these are the perfect square. Now, if someone will ask us, can we say 2 as the perfect square? No. 3 as the perfect square? No. 17 is the perfect square? No. 21 is the perfect square? No. Why? Because directly after 4 we have 9 as the perfect square, then 16, then 25. So in between 16 and 25, all the numbers 17, 18, 19, 20, all of these are not the perfect square. Okay, same thing we can do for 11 square, then 12 square, 13 square, 14 square, 15 square, right? What is the square of 11? So 11 square is 121, 12 square is 144, then 169, then 196, then 225 is the square of 15, right? Then we have the square of, yeah, 16. So 16 I will be writing here, 17 square, 18 square, then 19 square. Okay. Then here we have 20 square, which will be 400. So 16 square is 256, 17 square is 289, 18 square is 324, and 19 square is 381. So what we can observe from here, look, 1 is everywhere. Wherever we have the unit digit, if the unit digit is 1 or 9, if the unit digit is 1 or 9 of any number, then its perfect square is going to have 1 at the unit place. This we can observe from here. Either 1 should be there or 9 should be there. So, first thing which we can observe, unit digit of perfect square. Unit digit of perfect square number can only be 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 and 9. Look, we can have 0 at the unit place, we can have 1 at the unit place, we can have 4, 5, 6, 9. All these digits are allowed to be there at the unit place. If I ask you 17 is a perfect square, so you can see 7 is there at the unit place, which should not be there at the unit place of perfect square. So what should not be there? So cannot be, unit digit can not be, can't be 2, 3, 7, 8. If any of the number has either 2, 3, 7 or 8 at the unit place, then for sure that number can never be the perfect square. Like 625 is the perfect square? Yes. Now 425 is the perfect square or not? How we will be checking? For now it is looking like a perfect square. But it is exactly the perfect square or not? We can't say it. For that, we should know the whole property and the whole method to find out the square root of a number. Let me show you the example. Look, here we have 4. After 4, can I say about 14 is also a perfect square? No, 4 we have at the unit place of the perfect square. Here also we have 4, but 14 is not the perfect square. Why it is not the perfect square? Because there is no such natural number or there is no such integer whose square if we take out we will be getting 14. There is no such number existing, right? After 4, we have 9. After 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All of these are not the perfect square. 11 is also not the perfect square. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is a perfect square. 10 is also not the perfect square. 0 is there at the end. So 0 should be there in the perfect square. But here we have 0. But still it is not the perfect square. So which cases we can say the number is the perfect square? For a small number it will be very easy for us to remember whether it is a perfect square or not. But for big number it will not be that easy, right? So here we can observe 111 is coming at the unit places. Why? Because the unit place of the square number is 1 or 9. So in case of 1 or 9, second point which we can conclude from here, if square numbers unit place of square number, and here we will be writing perfect square number unit place, right? So in both case, what we will be doing, we will be simply looking when 1 or 9 is coming. When 1 or 9 is there at the end of any of the number. If you look to the square of 21, you will be getting 441, right? So same way 1 or 9, whenever you have 1 or 9 at the unit place, its a unit digit of the perfect square is going to be 1 only, right? 1. Every case, either it is 1 or it is 9, it will end up with what number? It will end up with this 1 at the unit place. Now, about 4. When 4 we are getting at the unit place of a perfect square, when we have 2 or 8 at the unit place of a number. So, whenever either 2 or 8 is there, we will be getting, when 2 or 8 is there, we will be having 4 at the unit place of the perfect square number. I hope you are understanding it from the table. We have written the square till 20. So through this, it is very easy for us to figure it out, right? Let's look for the next more numbers. So here we are getting 9. Here also we have 9, 9, 9 at the unit place. Why are we getting? Because here we have 7 at the unit place, 3 at the unit place, 7 at the unit place, 3 at the unit place. So whenever either 3 or 7 is there at the unit place, we will be always having 3 or 7. We will be always having 9 at the unit place of the perfect square. So if 3 is there in the square number or 7 is there in the square number at the unit place, then its last digit is always going to be 9. Either in case of 3 or 7. It will be always 9. Same way, we will be discussing many more other factors as well. So let's quickly look here. This is 6, 6, 6, 6. Everywhere in the perfect square we have 6. Why? Because the unit digit of the square number is either 4 or 6. So when either 4 or 6 is there, 4 or 6 is there, in that case the unit digit will be always 6, right? Next, what we can conclude now? Next thing is about the 5. Whenever 5 is there at the unit place, the perfect square is also going to end up with 5. That we have seen how to find out the square of a number which ends with the unit digit 5. We will be always having 25 at the end. That means 5. 5 is there at the unit place. So if 5 is there, it will end up with 5. If 0 is there, just a minute. So sorry. Yes. If 0 is there, so it will end up with 0. If 0 is there, it will end up with 0. Just double number of 0. If the number itself has only one 0, so its last digit will be two zeros. If the number itself has three zeros, so its last number of zeros will be in the perfect square will be just double, 6 zeros. So in case of 5, it will have 5 only. In case of 0, it will have 0 only. So that is why we can, whenever the number is given, we simply have to just check the unit digit. If the question comes into this way, out of these numbers, let's say 207, 516, 493 and 4938, 6000, which can never be the perfect square. We are not sure about the other numbers, but this can never be the perfect square. This can also never be the perfect square because 2378 can't be in place of the perfect square. 2378 should not be there. So these two numbers for sure will not be the perfect square. 516 can be the perfect square. 6000 can also be. These are also not the perfect square actually, but still this can be. But these two are can never be the perfect square. These two numbers can never be the perfect square. They will be definitely giving you that type of options only. Okay. So this trick, this property actually going to help you from the option itself. You can check whether the given number is the perfect square or not. If all the options are such type of like 2, 1, 6, 8, 9, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 100 and 6, 5, 5, 4. Now here we have 1, here we have 4, here we have 0, here we have 9. And according to the unit digit, 0 is allowed to be there in the perfect square. 1 is also allowed to be there. 4 is also allowed to be there. 5 is also allowed to be there. 6 is also allowed to be there. 9 is also allowed to be there. Only 2, 3, 7, 8, these 4 digits are not allowed. And nowhere we have 2, 3, 7, 8 at the end. That means these options are not helping us to check whether the given number is the perfect square or not. So how we will be doing? For that we should know the particular method to find out the perfect square quickly. So how we will be doing that? How can we find out the perfect square quickly without taking a lot of time? So for that here we have some method and some rules. What rules are there? First of all, whatever the number is given, okay? So whatever the number is given, we have to make, first thing is grouping will be done. Group from right corner. Right corner. And how we'll be making the group? First group will be from the rightmost corner, last two digit will come in one group. And in the second group, rest all the number other than the last two digit, rest all of them will come into the second group. Okay, this second group will be rest all the digits. Does not matter how many digits are there. 4 are there, 5 are there, 6 are there, 2 are there, only one is there. doesn't matter how many are there. But yes, all the rest of the digits will go into the second group. So two groups we will be making. Now, first group will help us to fix the unit place. This is helping us to fix the unit digit, and the second group will help us to fix the tens digit, unit digit and tens digit. Tens or hundreds, we may get more than one digit number. Like it can be two digit number also. In from the second grouping, we will be getting the square root with two digit number. With it can be of three digit. That depends how many digits are there in the second group. We have one digit only, two digit only, three digit, four digit. That depends on the how many members are there in the second group. Okay, so unit digit and tens digit, how are we going to fix? With the help of the groupings. Make sure the grouping should be done from the rightmost corner. After making the group, as soon as you get the idea about that this will come at the unit place, always you will be getting two options for the unit place. You will never get that this is only the fixed digit at the unit place. For tens place or for hundreds place, you will be for sure getting one fixed number only. One number I'm saying, not digit, because it can be one digit also, it can be of two, three digits also. So here you will be getting only one option in this from the second group, but from the first group you will be getting two options. Now you have to cross check whether this number, this digit will come at the unit place or the second one, whichever you are getting. So without looking many more things, we'll just move to the example now so that we will understand it in more better. So first thing what we will be doing, we'll make the group. How we have to make the group? From the rightmost corner. So here we have 729. As I enter from the rightmost corner, I will be getting two digit at the end. So first group will be of 2929 and the second group will be of alone 7. This is going to help me to get the unit digit, right? And this is going to help me to get the tens digit. So how I will be getting the unit place and how I will be getting the tens place? Just by, for the unit digit, you have to take the help of the property, which we have seen just now, that 9 is there at the unit place. This property is vice versa. When 1 is there in the square number of a particular number, then its unit digit 1 or 9. In case of 1 or 9, we will be getting 1. If 1 is there at the unit place, then its square root is going to have either 1 or 9. That is why two options. When 4 you are getting at the perfect squares. If suppose given number, in the example we had 719. So if that is the perfect square or not, why it can be the perfect square? Because 2, 3, 7, 8 are not there. Here we have 9 at the unit place. That means it can be the perfect square. It cannot be also. That depends. Are we able to find out the square root of it or not? If we are able to find out the square root, that means it is a perfect square. So according to the unit digit, for now it looks like it can be the perfect square. So if it is a perfect square, in that case, what can be the possibility to have the unit place of its square root? So इसके square root में क्या होना चाहिए unit place पर? For that हमको ये टेबल की हेल्प लगेगी. हमारे नंबर में 9 आ रहा है लास्ट में, मतलब या तो 3 होना चाहिए यूनिट प्लेस पर इसके स्क्वायर रूट में, या तो 7 होना चाहिए. According to this table, the properties which we have concluded from observing the squares from 1 to 20. So either 3 should be there or 7 should be there. The last digit of the square root of this number should be either 3 or 7. Now exactly what it will be, that we don't know. For that we have to take the help of the second group now. Second group having 7 here. First of all, we have to check 7 is a perfect square or not. So here it is not the perfect square. 7 is not the perfect square, but 7 lies between two perfect squares. 7 lies between 4. 7 जो है perfect square तो नहीं है, पर ये 4 जो है perfect square से बड़ा है और 9 जो है perfect square से छोटा है. It lies between the square of 2 and 3. 2 का स्क्वायर 4 होता है जो कि 7 से छोटा है। 4 और 9 के बीच में ही 7 आता है ना। 4 इज द परफेक्ट स्क्वायर, 9 इज ऑल्सो द परफेक्ट स्क्वायर। 4 के बाद 5, 6, 7, 8 ये सब परफेक्ट स्क्वायर नहीं है, राइट? सो 4 एंड 9, 7 इज लाइंग बिटवीन 4 एंड 9। अब क्या करेंगे आगे? ये जो 7 है ये 4 से बड़ा है बट 9 से छोटा है। हमको हमेशा छोटे वाले की तरफ देखना है, नॉट टू द बिगर वन। Okay, so 4 is the perfect square of which number? It is the square of 2. That means the tens digit is going to be 2. यहाँ पे टेंस डिजिट की प्लेस पर क्या आने वाला है? 2 आने वाला है। जैसे ही हमने टेंस डिजिट को फिक्स कर दिया, अगर इसका स्क्वायर रूट निकाल रहे हैं तो यूनिट डिजिट पर या तो 3 है या तो 7 है, बट टेंस डिजिट तो फिक्स हो गया कि 2 ही आने वाला। मतलब 729 का स्क्वायर रूट या तो 23 है और इट कैन बी 27 ऑल्सो। वी आर नॉट श्योर अबाउट। नाउ वी हैव टू वेज टू डू दिस। ईदर वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द स्क्वायर ऑफ 23 और 27। अभी आप 23 का निकाल के देखो, 729 आ रहा है क्या? 27 का भी निकाल के देखो, जिससे भी मिल जाए वो परफेक्ट स्क्वायर, वो उसका स्क्वायर रूट हो जाएगा। अगर 23 का स्क्वायर 729 है, that means 23 is going to be the square root of 729. But if we are not getting, then for 27 we may get. If we find out the square of 27, that, and if it is 729, that means 27 is the square root of 729. But अगर दोनों में ही नहीं मिल रहा है, suppose 23 का स्क्वायर भी 729 नहीं है, 27 is also not giving us 729. That means 729 is not the perfect square. As simple it is. So there are two ways to do it. First, we have to find out the square of 23 and 27 both, or we can look to the the middle number between 23 and 27. So middle number, we know that 25, क्योंकि 5 का जब भी 5 आता है यूनिट डिजिट पर, हमको स्क्वायर फाइंड करना बहुत इजी हो जाता है। इट बिकम्स सो इजी फॉर अस टू फाइंड आउट द स्क्वायर ऑफ सच नंबर विच हैज 5 एट द यूनिट प्लेस। सो 25 स्क्वायर वी नो 625। अब 625 के केस में हमको 25 मिल रहा है स्क्वायर रूट, so 729 is greater than 625. So of course its square root is going to be greater than 25, right? It can't be lesser than 25. That means 23 can't be the possible answer. So 23 is not going to be the square root of 729. Now we have to check for 27, that are we going to get 27 square as 729 or not. So let's find out the square of 27, for which I am taking the help of that identity which we have learned in one of the shortcut trick session. So 20 plus 7 whole square gives me 20 square 400 plus 7 square 49. So 400 plus 49 gives me 449. Now 20 multiply 7 gives me 280. Let's quickly add it. 9, 8 plus 4 and 7. So we exactly got the same number which was given to us in the question only. That means this is going to be the square root of 729. So square root of 729 is 27. So सबसे पहले आपको करना क्या है, जो भी नंबर गिवन है आपको उसको ब्रेक करना है ग्रुप्स में. From the rightmost corner of last two digit you will be making the first group. Last के दो digit ones और tens digit gives you a number which gives you the first group. और second group जो है बाकी सारे digit को आप second group में डाल दो. Then after that unit digit will help us to get what will come at the unit place, and according to this property, this one, we will be always having two options for the unit place. Now the second group, if it is already a perfect square, then we have to look for the square root of it. Like suppose we are getting 4 here, 429. So we can directly write 2 at the unit place. Why? Because 4 is already the perfect square. But here it was not the perfect square. So we looked in between which two perfect square it lies. And we always have to go to the smaller numbers square root. So 7 is greater than 4, lesser than 9. So we'll look to the square root of 4. And square root of 4 is 2. So we'll write 2. We'll fix the position for the tens place. जैसे ही tens place की position fix हो गई, that means the possibility for the square root of 729 can be 23 or 27. स्क्वायर रूट जो है वो या तो 23 आएगा या तो 27 आएगा. तो अब आगे क्या? नाउ टू मेथड्स आर देयर. या तो हम दोनों के बीच का ऐसा नंबर ले जिसका यूनिट डिजिट 5 है, विच इज 25. सो उससे फिक्स कर ले कि ये 625 अगर इसका नंबर आ रहा है, सो ऑफ कोर्स इसका स्क्वायर रूट जो है ग्रेटर नंबर होगा या स्मॉलर. वी कैन गेट द आइडिया just by getting the square of the middle number, which has 5. Make sure it should have 5. Another method is आप दोनों का square find out कर लो, 23 का भी 27 का भी, and you will get the idea about whether it is the perfect square or not, and what is the square root of this particular number. For now, you might be thinking this is longer method, but believe me, comparatively this method, this is the long division method, 9604, in which you make the grouping from the rightmost corner, two digits in each pair, and then you find out the square root. This is so much time taking. And in objective exam, you will be getting 4 options. So how you will be checking for each and every number for all this? With this property, it won't be possible for us to do it in lesser time. It is possible to find out, but it will take a lot of time. And we don't have that much time. So we'll again do the same question, same method will apply with different example. Now in the first group we have 0, 4, that means 4. In the second group we have 96. So first group is going to give us the unit place and second group is going to give us the tens place. What will come at the unit place? That depends on the property. So 4 we are getting in case when 2 is there at the unit place, 2 square is 4, 8 square is 64. So 4 we are getting when either 2 or 8 is there. That means whatever will be the square root of this 9604, it is going to have either 2 at the unit place or 8. Now what will come at the tens place? For that, 96, is it a perfect square? No, it is not the perfect square, but it lies between the square of 9, which is 81, and square of 10, which is 100. So 96 जो है वो 81 से बड़ा है. 81 is the perfect square of 9 and 100 is also the perfect square of 10. So 9 के स्क्वायर के बाद सीधा 10 का स्क्वायर आता है और उसी के बीच में 96 आता है. That means 96 is not the perfect square, but it lies between the perfect square 81 and 100. So we always have to go to the smaller one. So 96 है, that means the tens digit is going to be 9. Why 9? Because 81 is smaller than 96, closest perfect square. If 96 is not this perfect square, then exact smaller than 96, we have 81 and 81's square root is 9. After fixing the tens place, what we can conclude from here that 9604 square root of this number 9604 can be 92 or it can be 98. Now we are not sure, and to get that surety we have to find out the square root of 95. Or you can do for both the number. You find out the square of 92 as well and 98 as well, and then you can get the idea about whether it is the square root of this number is 92 or 98. But I would suggest you to take the help of this method, because rather than finding the square of two numbers with the help of that identity, you can first apply this unit digit 5 वाला method, जिससे हम स्क्वायर फाइंड आउट बहुत इजीली कर लेते हैं. क्विकली, वेरी क्विकली वी आर डूइंग इट. सो 95 स्क्वायर will be 9 multiply 10 gives me 90 and 25. So 95 का स्क्वायर करके 9025 आ रहा है और हमको जो गिवन नंबर है वो 9025 से बड़ा है. दैट मीन्स 9604 स्क्वायर रूट शुड बी बिगर देन 95, क्योंकि ये नंबर मिल रहा है इस स्टेज पर, सो इसका स्क्वायर रूट इससे छोटा तो नहीं हो सकता 95 से. So we'll of course get 98. So possibility can be of can only be for 98, not for 92. For 92, square of 92 will be lesser than 9025, right? So let's find out the square of 98. 98 square will be 90 plus 8. We can break it into this way. Now let's find out the square of 90, which is 8100. Square of 8, which is 64. So 8100 plus 64 is 8164. 2 multiply 90 multiply 8. 2 8s are 16, 16 9s are 144 and 1 0 will be there. Because 16 multiplied by 90 we are doing. Let's quickly add it. So this gives me the same number 9604 which was in the question only. So 98 will be the square root for this 9604. I hope this finds like this looks so easy now because we have done 2 examples now. So as soon as you will practice a lot with different numbers, with different example, first we took 3-digit number, now we took 4-digit number, we'll do few more example. Then you will be only like confident enough, you will practiced enough, and then you will understand that this method is comparatively long division. It is so easy and so like lesser time taking. Now, the next example we have in which we have to find out the square root of 8464. So let's quickly do it. First group will be of 64. Second group will be of 84. 64 will help us to get the unit place and 84 will help us to get the tens place. Now 64, that means just now we have seen whenever 4 comes, that means yes, either 2 should be there or 8 should be there at the unit place. 2 square is 4, 8 square is 64. So what will come, that we are not sure. But yes, something between 2 or 8. Either 2 will be the answer or 8 will be the answer at the unit place. Now 84 is there at the tens place in the second group. And 84 is not the perfect square, but it lies between the two perfect square, that is 81 and 100. 81 is the perfect square, 100 is also the perfect square. So we'll of course take the help of the smaller one. So tens digit is going to be 9. As soon as we get what will come at the tens place, we can get the idea about whether the square root of this 8464 is 92 or 98. Now we have two cases, 92 or 98. Just now we have seen in the previous example, 95 square was 9025. 9025 is greater than 8464. That means the square root of 8464 should be less than 95. So 98 will not be the possible one. 92 will be the answer. Has to be the answer, but exactly it is or not, that we have to check. So we have to find out the square of 92. That means 90 plus 2. So 90 gives me 8100. 2 gives me 4. So 8104 plus 2 multiply 90 multiply 2 gives me 360, which is 8464. And 8464 was the given number. So the square root of 8464 is 92. Looks so easy, it is so less time taking it is. And with accuracy we will be getting the answer. Okay? I hope this is so easy for us to understand now. Now we have 5-digit number. How will we be doing in such cases? So again we have to make the group of last 2 digit to 121, and the second group will be of rest of the digit I am making 259. 21, that means it is going to help us to get the unit place. 259, which is the second group, it gives us the tens place, not the place actually, what will come at the other than the unit place, rest of the part of the number. And rest of the part of the number, we always get a fixed number there. But for the unit place, we never get the fixed number. Now here we have 1. That means the unit digit has to be 1 or 9. 1 square is 1. 11 square is 121. 9 square is 81. 19 square is 381. Right? So in case of 1 also we are getting 1. In case of 9 also we are getting 1 only. So that is why square root is just vice versa. We may get 1 at the unit place or 9 at the unit place. After fixing the unit place, out of these two options, we'll look for the tens place what will come. Now 259 is not the perfect square. But yes, it is lying between the square of 16 and 17. 16 square is 256. 17 square is 289. Look, 256 is the perfect square. 259 is not. So we will go to this 16 and we'll fix the tens place number as 16. As I said before also, at the tens position we may have more than one digit number because we are not making different groups. We are considering all the digits after making the last two digits in one group. We are keeping all the rest of the digits in one group. Okay. So 16 will come at the rest of the part of the number. That means the possibility can be for 161 or for 169. So the square root of 25,921 will be either 161 or it will be either 169. Now it is exactly which number? For that, we have to take the help of 165. So 25 will come at the end and 16 will be multiplied with 17. So 16 multiplied by 17, 17 6 is 102. 17 ones are 17 plus 10 is 27. So 27225. Now 25921 and 27225, we can clearly get the hint that 165's square is greater than the given number. That means the square root of the given number is less than the 165. So we do not have the possibility for 169. We only have one option with us, that is 161. So let's quickly find out the square of 161. Now we can split the number according to the best, smartest way. Okay. So this can be written as 160 plus 1 whole square. It can be written as 100 plus 60 plus 1 also, but that will be a lot of time taking. So why to waste time? Like we know the square of 16, so we can directly do it. So 16 square is 25600. 1 square is 1. So 25600 plus 1 gives me 25601. Now 2 multiply 160 multiply 1 gives me 320. So let's quickly add it. This gives us 25921, which is the given number. So the square root of 25,921 is 161. So this way we have seen how to find out the square root of a 5-digit number. So this is another number. This I am giving you in homework. Whatever the doubts or whatever the problems you are facing while applying this method, you can put it in the comment box. Okay. And we'll be discussing one more number here, which is 56,169. So for this number also we'll make the group. First group is of 69 and the second group is of 561. If you want, I can give this also as the homework, but I think I should do it because this looks a little bigger. That number was smaller than this. Okay. So after fixing this position, what we'll be doing now? 9 is there at the unit place. So we can have unit place as either 3 or 7 because 3 square is 9, 7 square is 49. In both cases, we are getting 9 only at the unit place. and the tens place will be depend on the second number. 561 is not the perfect square, but it lies between which two perfect square that we have to see. So 24 square is 576, which is greater than 561. And 23 square is 529, which is less than 561. So 561 is not the perfect square, but it lies between two perfect square, which is 529 and 576. So let's take the help of the smaller one. Okay. So 23 will come at the rest of the part of the number. That means the square root of 56,169 can be 233 or it can be 237. Now let's quickly fix 235 square I will be finding first. So 235 square will have 25 at the end, and 23 multiplied with 24 helps me to get the square here, which I am breaking into this way. 23 multiplied by 20 plus 4 is also one of the way, 20 plus 4, or 23 plus 1 is also one of the way. 23 multiplied by 23 plus 1, because I know the square of 23. So 529 plus 23 gives me 552. So the square of 235 is 55,225. After getting the square of this, we can easily get the hint here. Here we have 56169, which is greater than this number. That means the square root of 56169 will be greater than 235. So it can't be smaller than 235. It has to be greater one. Let's cross check by taking the square of 237. So for that, I will be writing it as 230 plus 7. 230 square is 52900. 7 square is 49. When we take the product here, this gives me, I am doing here at this place 2 multiply 230 multiply 7 gives me 230 multiplied by 14, which gives me the answer 0. 14 3s are 42. Now 14 2s are 28 plus 4, 32. So 3220, which I have to add it to the above number. So 9, 6, 11 carry over 1, and this gives me 6 and 5. So 56169 here I got as the square of 237, which was in the given example. So the square root of 56,169 is 237. One more example we have here, which is a 6-digit number, right? So for 6-digit also the process will be exactly same. We'll have last 2 digit in the first group 49, and the second group will be of rest of the digits, which is 4,316. So this gives us the unit place, this gives us the tens place. Right? Now we are habitual enough, that is why quickly I'm able to make the groups. 9, that means 3 or 7. Just now we have done in the previous example. 3 square is giving us 9 at the unit place. 7 square gives us 49. That means 9 at the unit place again. So 4,316 is not the perfect square. But for this we need to do it will take extra seconds, because this is the big number now, 4,316. Right? So 20 square, so sorry. Yes, 60 square is 3,600. 70 square is 4,900. We want 4-digit number. Right? So 4-digit, how are we getting? When we are taking the square of 60 and 70. So in between 60 and 70 somewhere we will be getting, because 4,316 is in between 3600 and 4900. We have to make this range very much lesser one. So let's find out the square of 65 to get an idea about whether it will be in between 60 or 65, or in between 60 or 70. So 65 square is 4225. Look, 4225 we are getting, and here it is 4316. That means 65 square is 4225, and here it is 66 square, which we don't know, but we have to be worried about only the smaller one. Greater one में क्या आ रहा है, that we don't have to look for. But yes, 4316 is greater than 4225, and it will be, of course, lesser than the next perfect square. It will be in between both of them. So 65 should be there at the tens place. In place of the tens position, we'll have 65. That means the possibility for the square root of this 4,31,649 will be 653, or it can be 657. What it is exactly? For that we need to check for 655 square. So two methods are there. आप या तो 655 का स्क्वायर निकाल के पहले रेंज डिसाइड कर लो कि 653 है या 657 है, और फिर डायरेक्टली उसका स्क्वायर निकाल लो, या तो आप 653 का भी निकालो, 657 का भी निकालो. ओके, so 655 square will be 65 multiplied with 66, which can be written as 65 multiply 65 plus 1. You can write this 66 as 60 plus 6 also. That is also okay. So 65 multiply 65 gives me square of 65, which is 4225, and 65 ones are 65. Carry over 1 here. So 4290. At the end 25 will be there. So square of 655 is 429025. 4,29,025. So 4,29,025 is smaller than 431. Right? 431 is greater one. So its square root will be greater than 655. That means the possibility can only be for 657, not for 653. So let's quickly find out the square of 657. So 657 square, I can break this number as 650 plus 7. Though I don't know the square of 650 also, but just now I wrote the square of 65. It is very easy for me to break it into this way now. So 4,225,00 plus 49. 650 square is 4,225,00 plus 7 square is 49. After adding it, this gives me this one. Now 2 multiply 650 multiply 7 gives me 650 multiply 14. After taking the product, 14 zeros are 0, 14 fives are 70, carry over 7, 14 six are 84 plus 7 is 91. So 9100. Just add it to get your answer. So this gives me 431649. 431649 was already there in the question, in the example. So square root of 4,31,649 is 657. Look how quickly and easily we got the answer here. And believe me, once you are practiced enough, it is so easy to make the groups, it is so easy to fix the unit place, it is so easy to fix the tens place. The main work starts after that only. टेंस प्लेस जैसे ही फिक्स हो गए, उसके बाद में वो रेंज डिसाइड करना कि कौन सा होना चाहिए एग्जैक्टली, दैट इज अ बिट little bit time taking, but comparatively that method, it is so easy and so relaxing, so time savior for us. Okay, I hope you understood all these example and the entire method. Now it's your time to practice a lot. Okay, before we move ahead, I would like to show you one more example. Let's find out the square root of 719. Okay, or let's take 714. 4 is there at the unit place. We'll make two groups, 14 and second group will be of 7. 14 will help us to get the unit place and 7 will help us to get the tens place. 4 is there, that means 2 or 8. 2 square 4, 8 square 64. So 4 4 is there. That means 2 or 8. Either 2 or 8 will come at the unit place. Now 7 is there at the tens position. 7 is not the perfect square, but it lies between 4, which is the square of 2, and it is greater than 4 and it is smaller than 9, which is the square of 3. So of course it will take the help of the smaller one, 2. So tens position fix हो गई. That means 22 can be the square root of 714 or 28 can be the square root. Now let's take the middle number, that is 25. 25 square, we all know 625. That means this number is greater than 625. So उसका square root भी 25 से बड़ा होना चाहिए. So 22 तो होगा नहीं 25 से बड़ा. So 28 is the possible one. Let's quickly do it for the next case, 28 square. Let's find out the square of 28, for which I am breaking the number. So 20 square will be 400. 8 square is 64. 464. 2 multiply 20 multiply 8 gives me 320. Okay. After adding it, this gives me 784. What I am getting here? 784. Is it matching to the given number? No. That means 714 is not the perfect square. 714 is not perfect square. Okay. So this way we can get the idea. Look here, 4 was there. It is allowed to be there. सिर्फ 2, 3, 7, 8 अगर आता है तो हम नंबर को देखते से ही डिसाइड कर लेते कि ये तो परफेक्ट स्क्वायर होगा ही नहीं. पर other than 2, 3, 7, 8, 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, 9, इनमें से कोई डिजिट आता है, in that case we have to check कि कौन सा नंबर इसका परफेक्ट इसका स्क्वायर रूट है. And if we are landing up on the exact number, that means the given number is the perfect square. Look here, we are not getting the same. Here it is 784. This is not 784. That means 714 is not the perfect square. So this way we'll get the idea about the square, how to find out the square root of any number with this shortcut trick. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. I hope you understood it really very well. So after this, now it's your time to practice it. Once you are practiced enough with at least 10 to 20 problems, you will be feeling a lot of confident while finding the square root. Does not matter whether the number is 4 digit, 5 digit, 6 or 7 digit. You can easily do it. But you should learn the square till 30 to 35 at least. Okay? So now it's your time to practice. So keep on practicing. Take care of yourself. And yes, you have to like, share and subscribe my video. Please share it to your friends so that they will get the benefit of all these methods. Okay? Bye everyone.